Good evening. We're going to go right into the national anthem, and we'll get started with pregame momentarily.
For tonight's starting lineup, first for the Red Knights of Reading High.
Again, good evening. You are looking live, Gockenauer Field, Laureldale, Pennsylvania, the site for today's Berks 1 matchup between your Muhlenberg Mules and the Reading Red Knights. Welcome into the Mule Sports Network booth. I've got producer Chris right next to me. I'm Darren Ziner. Let's talk Muhlenberg. As we wind down the 2026 season, about 2 weeks left. Coach Kopetsky and the Mules find themselves in third place in Berks 1. 5-3 league play. They're 6-6 overall. Setting the league stage, Wilson is at 8-0. Exeter 6-3 coming into today's play. On Monday, the Mules took one on the chin at Governor Mifflin 9-4, a game seen here on the Mule Sports Network. It was a very chilly afternoon at Rulon L. Griffith Field, but we bring whatever we can to you, and after a scoreless first, the Mustangs would get 2 runs off Muhlenberg starter Cooper Burr, right fielder Joe Murray with the big hit. A 2-run double giving Governor Mifflin the 2-0 lead after 2 innings. After the Mustangs add another run in the bottom of the third, the Mules finally get on the board in the 5th. Gavin Moody's triple bringing in Cooper Burr, and it's 3-1 after 4.5 innings. Pitching was the challenge for the Mules in the Mustang 5th, as a hit by pitch, 2 walks, and an error lead to 4 Governor Mifflin runs, and they never looked back, leading 7-1 after 5. Mike Canfield would lead off the Mule 6th with a walk. John Martin would follow that with a single. They take advantage of 2 Mustang errors, plate 2, and it's 7-3 after 5.5. Governor Mifflin would match with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. The Mules add 1 in the top of the 7th. Gavin Moody drawing a leadoff walk, scoring on Mike Canfield's ground out, giving us the final 9-4 count. Designated hitter John Martin goes 2 for 3 and a run scored for the Mules. Marvin Frias went 2 for 4 with his 10th stolen base. Governor Mifflin starter Evan Glucksness pitched 5 scoreless innings, scattering 4 hits for the win. Cooper Burr gets the loss, going 4 innings, giving up 3 runs on only 4 hits. 2 of those runs were earned. Let's go to Reading very quickly. They're led by head coach David Garcia. He's in his 2nd season with the Red Knights. A year ago, 2-10 in Berks 1, 5-14 overall. We'll talk more about them. Leading off for them is going to be the second baseman, Joshua Camilo Paulino. First pitch to him is a strike. So a marked improvement thus far for Reading. This year, 3-5 in Berks 1, 6-6 overall. And the pitch from Cole Moody. Inside, it's 1-1. Since a 15-1 loss to Governor Mifflin on April the 10th, the Red Knights are 4-1 over their last 5. They come into tonight's game on the heels of a 7-1 win over Fleetwood. Cole Moody on the mound. He's 5-0 on the season. Here's a pop fly to the left side. Shortstop Liam Vargas on the cutout. He'll make the grab. So that's the first out of the inning. The shortstop, all-division Janser Paredes, will step in. Paredes currently batting .513. 3 triples, 5 doubles, a team-leading 14 RBI. Here's the first pitch. In there for a called strike, 0-1. There's a swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2. So in the game against Fleetwood, they would get to Tigers starter Wiley Loy. They touch him for 7 runs over 3 1/3. Joshua Camilo Paulino, 2 for 3 with an RBI, 3 runs scored. Here's a shot to right. It's going to get through. And Paredes has a single. So he's a 1-out base runner. It'll bring up the left fielder, senior Frandy Ruiz. Ruiz 257 on the year. Does have some power with a homer. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike, 0-1. They're going to check over at 1. As I mentioned in Reading's win over Fleetwood, Jenser Paredes went 2 for 4, 2 RBI. Josette Pagan goes 2 for 4 with a run batted in. Here's a foul at the plate. It's quickly 0-2. David Garcia got that win. He pitched 6 innings of 4-hit ball. That's who you're going to see tonight for Reading. He allowed 1 run while striking out 5. Oliver Nunez pitched a perfect 7th to close out Fleetwood. Moody's going to check 1, and Paredes is back. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. It's the first strikeout in Cole Moody's last appearance with Twin Valley. He struck out 10 Raiders en route to retiring the last 19 in a row. So 2 out here in the Red Knight first. Josette Pagan will step in. First pitch to him. It's going to be a grounder to the left side. It's going to get through. So he's got a single. Paredes will head up to 2. And with 2 out, Reading has runners on first and second. Pagan, who just batted, he's got a .308 average and 12 RBIs. So the top of the Red Knight lineup, certainly potent. And we'll see if Cole Moody can set him down here. Without allowing anything across the plate. Moody has the sign, takes a glance at 2. Here's the pitch. Nope, they're going to try to pick off. Liam Vargas will snag it and get it back to Moody. 2 on, 2 out in the Red Knight first. Stepping in is going to be the third baseman, Jory Vargas. First pitch, a ball. Vargas 286 on the season. Nice curveball, freezing him. Evens the count at 1. Beautiful night here in Laureldale, 68 degrees at game time. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on off speed. 1-2 the count. He'll glance back at 2, and here's Moody's offering. It's in the dirt. It's going to get by Castillo, which will allow Paredes to take third. So call that a pass ball. Two and 0 the count. Actually 2-2 the count. Sometimes looking at the net, it cuts off the full number up on the board. So Cole Moody at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. His second strikeout of the inning. And that will take care of the Red Knights here in the top of the first. The Mules coming to bat. This is the Mules Sports Network on Jerry Gelliff Media. We are back at Laureldale. Cole Moody taking care of the Red Knights in the top of the first, keeping them scoreless. On the mound for Reading is David Garcia. And we'll give you some information on him in a moment. He's got a 4-1 record in 6 appearances, a 2.47 ERA in 28 1/3 innings. He struck out 27 and walked 15. So for Muhlenberg tonight, a little different lineup for you. Marvin Frias will start it off. He's playing left field. Cooper Burr, who plays first, will bat second. Gavin Moody, the center fielder, will bat third. Giving you the defense behind David Garcia, behind the plate, Adrian Gonzalez. Left to right in the infield, third baseman Jory Vargas, shortstop Janser Paredes. At second base, Joshua Camilo Paulino. And at first, Josette Pagan. Left to right in the outfield, Frandy Ruiz in left, Samir Diaz-Batista in center, Gibson Rodriguez in right. So Marvin Frias will step in. First pitch down low is a ball. Here's the pitch. This is outside with the fastball. It's ball 2. Marvin, a good job once he gets on base. 10 stolen bases on the year. Here's the pitch from Garcia. This one down low and quickly 3-0. We'll take a look down at Coach Kopetsky at third. Here's Garcia's pitch. Well outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So Marvin Frias, a leadoff base runner. It'll bring up Cooper Burr.
First baseman number 18, Cooper Burr.
So Cooper Burr will step in. Garcia will check Frias at first. A long delay. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 1. 5 straight balls to start the game for Garcia. Frias with a nice size lead. This is in there for a called strike, 1-1. The Mules have enjoyed Cooper Burr's versatility this year. He's pitched as well as playing first and second. They'll check Frias. He's back. Frias with a healthy lead at 1. Garcia will throw it back over there right away, but he's in. Frias taking his lead as Garcia fired it. Frias able to react and get back in time. He'll glance. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder up the middle. Paredes has it. He'll give it to 2. Fire over to 1, not in time. But nice play, Janser Paredes getting it to Joshua Camilo Paulino for the 6-3 sacrifice, or fielder's choice, I should say. So Cooper Burr will be a 1-out base runner. It'll bring up Gavin Moody, the center fielder. Gavin, a team leading 16 RBI. Garcia glancing over at 1. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Frias certainly has his attention on 1.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Just softball this week. Baseball's away all week.
And just as Frias, actually, it's Cooper Burr, and the throw gets by the first baseman, Cooper, allowing him to go all the way to third on the wild throw. So Garcia tries to check Cooper Burr on 1 with the errant throw. Burr now with aggressive base running on 3 with only 1 out. 1-0 the count to Gavin Moody. Garcia sets, he'll glance over at 3. Here's the pitch. This is a shot back up the middle, and it's going to be RBI number 17. And the Mules have a 1-0 lead. So Gavin Moody with the single to center. He'll get the RBI, and up brings Cole Moody.
Correction, number 13, Cole Moody.
So Cole Moody will step in. Mules taking an early 1-0 lead here at Laureldale. Here's the pitch. There goes Gavin Moody. He's going to slide ahead of the tag and be safe. The pitch, a ball. Give credit to the catcher, Adrian Gonzalez. He made it close. But Gavin Moody able to get in there ahead of the tag. So 1 out, 1 in, a runner on second for the Mules. A 1-0 count to Cole Moody. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Here's Garcia. And the catcher will verify the signs with the bench. Gavin Moody steps out. Cole Moody steps out. Gavin's on 2. Here's the pitch. Well outside. 3-0 your count. We'll see if Coach gives Cole Moody the green light on 3-0. Garcia will look back at 2. Here's the pitch. This one in there for a called strike. Garcia will take a look at Gavin Moody at 2. Sizable lead. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 up high. And Cole Moody will take 1. It's the second walk of the inning. And up will step the shortstop, Liam Vargas.
Courtesy runner at first base for Muhlenberg, number 3, Mike Miller Jr. And now up to bat, the shortstop, number 20, Liam Vargas.
And if you heard that, Mikey Miller Jr. is the courtesy runner on 1. And Vargas, Liam Vargas will step in. His first pitch inside, ball 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first for the Mules, 1 across. And they've got runners on first and second, Gavin Moody on 2. Now Mikey Miller on 1 taking over for Cole Moody after the walk. Next pitch in there for a called strike. Garcia will take a long look at 2. Here's the pitch. This is going to be a grounder to shortstop. Paredes has it. His only play is at 1, but he throws it low. It's going to get by the first baseman. In comes Gavin Moody. Mike Miller Jr. trying to score, but they're able to corral the ball, throw him out at home. And in the process, Liam Vargas will get all the way to 3. So the bottom line is it's an error on the shortstop on the throw. Gavin Moody will score, and Mikey Miller is thrown out at home.
Third baseman, number 10, Mike Canfield.
So 2 outs in the inning. Vargas then all the way to 3 on the throw. Here's a grounder to the left side. The third baseman, Jory Vargas, has it. He'll get it over to Josette Pagan. And that will take care of Muhlenberg here in the first, but not before they plate 2. They take the 2-0 lead. We'll be back. It's the Mule Sports Network. We are back at Muhlenberg. These 2 teams played back on March the 30th. Reading coming out on top with a 7-4 victory in that one. Janzer Paredes led the way for the Red Knights. He went 3 for 3, including a triple, had an RBI and a run scored. For the Mules, Gavin Moody went 2 for 4 with a run scored. Cole Moody went 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. David Garcia was the winner in that one. He pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 earned, and 5 hits.
Number 25, Samir Diaz-Batista.
So the 6, 7, 8 hitters will come up. The center fielder, Samir Diaz-Batista, will step in. Here's a grounder to short. Liam Vargas has it, sets his feet, fires. Great throw to Cooper Burr. A 6-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Liam Vargas, ranging to his right. And the strong throw. It'll bring up the 7-hitter, the catcher, Adrian Gonzalez. Here's Moody's windup. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-1. Here's the pitch. It's a nice curveball in there for strike 2. Again, kudos to producer Chris for the center field shot that you have. Here's Moody's pitch. This one fouled straight back. It'll stay 1-2. And if you're paying attention, Pittsburgh with the early 1-0 lead in Game 3. The Flyers' Pens. Here's the pitch, swing, and a miss on a high fastball. It'll be a strikeout, the third of the night for Moody. 2 outs in the Red Knights' second. It'll bring up the 8-hitter, the right fielder, Gibson Rodriguez. Castillo goes through the signs and the pitch. This one lined over the head into left field, over the head of Vargas. Marvin Frias will get it back in, so Rodriguez is a 2-out base runner with the single.
Designated hitter.
It'll bring up the 9-hitter, the DH, Christopher Disla. The lefty will step in. Producer Chris telling me that he knows Christopher Disla. Here's a throw over to 1. Rodriguez is back. There's a strike, 0-1. Moody will glance over at Rodriguez at 1. Here's the pitch. Inside. It's going to bounce by Castillo, but not far enough for Rodriguez to go anywhere. So it'll even the count at 1. Here's the pitch. This down low. Gavin Moody playing perfectly now in center field, so to speak. Shaded just a little bit into left center. 2-1 of your count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside offering. 2-2. Of course, as we play tonight's game, Philadelphia Philly fans are wondering if they're ever going to win again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 strikeouts in each of the first 2 innings for Cole Moody. And that'll take care of the Red Knights here in the top of the second. Guess what, fans? It's that time. For over 180 years, Birdie's Inn has been quenching the thirst and filling the bellies of Berks County. Named Best Bar Food in Berks, by Berks County Living Magazine. Come taste the best burgers in Berks, house smoked kielbasa and wings every single night. Plus, remember there's entertainment always for your enjoyment. Friday, 7 to 10, break for Turtles. Saturday, 7 to 10, Shea Quinn from the Sharks and Steve Swisher. Sunday, 5 to 8, Mr. Modi on the deck. Don't forget the late night menu Friday and Saturday nights. Friends, you know, Friday, Saturday nights, the hunger pangs kick in and you're wondering, geez, where should I go? I'll tell you where to go. It's Birdie's. You need to show up. Great food, great atmosphere, and the perfect drinks for anybody. That late night menu, Friday and Saturday nights, 9 to 11. Birdie's Inn 160, Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter Township. Have fun, be kind. David Garcia will continue his warm-up pitches, and we will take a look at to where Muhlenberg is. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. It'll be the designated hitter John Martin, the second baseman Aiden Bonte, and the right fielder Carter Burr.
John Martin. Leading off the inning for Muhlenberg, designated hitter number 7, John Martin.
The righty steps in. Garcia toes the mound. And the windup for the Mules second is underway. This one is up high, ball one. Here's the pitch. This is in there for a called strike. It'll even the count at 1. Here's Garcia's pitch. This is an off speed in there for a called strike. Martin's in the hole, 1-2. Garcia gets the sign from Gonzalez. The pitch fouled off gently to the right side. It'll be 1-2. Garcia's windup. Just off the corner. 2-2. They were looking for it. Umpire emphatic that it was wide. And the pitch. This one off speed in there, and Martin goes down looking. The first out in the Mules second. It's the first strikeout for Garcia. And the second baseman, Aiden Bonte, will step in. Here's Garcia's pitch. Off speed, up high, ball one. They threw the last ball to the dugout, so I'm thinking it may have been the 100th or so strikeout for Garcia in his career. This one off the corner, 2-0.
No, they've been good. I just said, you know, I didn't have to deal after my first time. I'd have to deal with like the business people. So I was just dealing with Gracie, the stretcher.
Here's Garcia's offering. This one in there for a called strike. 2-1 your count. And the pitch. This one outside. 3-1 your count. Today in the area, again, one of those that we've had the last several days. Periods of rain on and off. A good amount of rain, light spritzes earlier through, I'll say, early afternoon. This one fouled off to the right. 3-2 your count. But then once the sun came out, cleared it all up, and we're playing under a beautiful night. So the count full to the second baseman, Bonnie. He'll pop this one up. It's to the left of the mound. But Garcia can't bring it down. And give Bonte the single.
Right fielder number 24, Carter Burr.
The PA announcer just made the exact call. That's one where the first baseman should come over and call off the pitcher. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Garcia couldn't come up with it. And Muhlenberg fortuitous as Bonte is on first as a one-out base runner. So in steps the right fielder, Carter Burr. First pitch to him is a strike. He'll glance over at Bonte a couple times. And here's the pitch. Burr will try to bunt, but it goes out of play right behind us. 0-2 the count. The Mules up 2-0. Plating 2 in the first. And a 0-2 count to Carter Burr. This one well outside. Bonte is going to be out at first. Gonzalez did a decent job hanging on to that one. Bonte strayed too far off first, and they pick him off. So that's the second out of the inning. And Carter Burr a 1-2 count. Here's a grounder to the left side. Jory Vargas, the third baseman, makes the strong throw over to Josette Pagan. And that'll take care of the Mules here in the second. We've played 2 full. It's 2-0 Muhlenberg. We'll be right back. It's the Mule Sports Network. We quickly move to the Red Knight third. It's going to be the 1-2-3 hitters. Starting off with the second baseman, Joshua Camilo Paulino. Popped out to short his first time up. Cole Moody's warm-ups are finished. Mike Canfield will present him with the ball. Words of encouragement. They have a chat.
For the Red Knights, second baseman number 39, Joshua Camilo Paulino.
And Cole Moody ready for his third inning of work. He's struck out 2 in each of the first 2 innings. His first pitch here, off speed in there for a strike. Nice curveball. Inside, 1-1.
Hey, Mr. Mish, hang on a second.
Cole Moody looks into Castillo, gets the sign. He's at the belt. Outside. 2-1 your count.
This might be close to 20 years ago. How you been? How your boys doing? Okay, good.
Here's Moody's pitch. Fastball, blows it by him. 2-2 your count. Cole has it. The pitch. There's a pitch on the outside, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 5 for Cole Moody. And it's the first out in the Red Knight third. Brings up the shortstop, Janser Paredes. Single to right his first time up. This one popped up. Liam Vargas going back. Incoming the left fielder, Marvin Frias. He'll take control. And there's the second out of the inning. Move to the third batter, the left fielder, Frandy Ruiz. He struck out his first time up. Cole Moody is one to get stronger as the game goes along. He gave up that first inning run to Twin Valley, and as I mentioned before, just shut him down after that. This one in there for a called strike. Here's the pitch. This one down low, evens the count at 1. Here's the pitch. This one, a soft humpback liner to short. Vargas has it. He's got to be quick. Can't get him. It's going to get by Cole Moody, but a nice job by Castillo backing it up. It would have been tough. We're going to call that an infield single. It was a slow roller. Would have been tough for Vargas to get him. So Ruiz is a 2-out base runner. It'll bring up the first baseman, Josette Pagan. He's singled to left his first time up. Good attempt by Vargas. The throw a little low, and they're going to run right away. Ruiz will be in there with the stolen base. For Ruiz's 4th stolen base of the year. Moody will glance back at 2. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. Pagan made the decision to swing a little late, but it's in there. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder to the left side. It's going to pop out of Canfield's glove. He can't make a play. It's going to be an error 5. It'll take Ruiz to third, and Pagan will be on first. So the 5-hitter, the third baseman, Jory Vargas, will step in. He struck out his first time up. So now Cole Moody looking to get out of the Red Knight third unscathed. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right side. It'll go out of play. Nothing in 1-year count. I guess technically it didn't go out of play, but it was well foul. The fencing actually cuts out a little further down the right field line. So Carter Burr back in position. Cole Moody will toe the rubber. He'll throw over to 1 to check on Pagan, and he's back. Nothing in 1-year count to the third baseman, Vargas. A long pause, and here's the pitch. This is to the right side. It's going to get through. It'll be an RBI, so Jory Vargas punches a single to right. He'll get the RBI. Frandy Ruiz will come in to score. So the error proving costly for the Mules. Pagan will move up to 2. And Vargas on 1. With the 6-hitter, the center fielder Samir Diaz-Batista coming in. He grounded out to short his first time up. Moody will throw back to 2. Checking Pagan, and he's back. So the Red Knights one across here in the top of the 3rd, threatening for more. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Moody has the sign from Castillo. He'll glance back at 2. Here's the offering. This one outside, but swung on. 0-2. A good curveball from Cole Moody. On those first 2 pitches, he's got Diaz-Batista off balance. Here's the pitch. This one's going to get by Castillo, and it's going to allow the runners to advance a base. So we'll call that a pass ball. Now it's 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. 1-2 your count. Moody looks in, has the sign, will glance back at 2, and the pitch. This one outside. 2-2 the count. Cole could have overthrown that one a bit. Looking for the strikeout. He'll stare in at Castillo. He's got the sign, glance over at 3, and here's the pitch. This one off the corner. 3-2 your count. Cole takes a few steps off the mound to collect himself. Three and two the count to Samir Diaz-Batista. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. The 6th strikeout from Cole Moody. The Red Knights played 1. We played 2.5. It's 2-1 Mules. We'll be right back. It is the Muhls Sports Network. We are back. Again, mentioning standings in Berks County. Coming into today's game, Wilson in Berks 1 was at 8-0, Exeter 6-3, Muhlenberg 5-3, Governor Mifflin 4-4, Reading at 3-5, in Berks 2, Twin Valley at 5-3, Daniel Boone at 4-4, Fleetwood 2-7, Conrad Weiser 0-8 in Berks 3. Berks Catholic at 8-1, Wyomissing at 6-3, Schuylkill Valley and Tulpehocken at 3-5, Hamburg at 3-6, and in Berks 4, Kutztown At 6-2, Ole Valley 5-2, Brandywine 2-6, and Antietam 1-7. The warm-up throws are complete. It'll be the top of the order for Muhlenberg, the left fielder Marvin Frias. He walked his first time out. Here's Garcia's pitch. It's a curveball on the outside corner, strike one. And the pitch. This one up high, 1-1. Dugout's getting a little louder as the game goes along. Here's the pitch. This one a grounder to short. Paredes has it, but he can't field it. It's going to be an error 6, allowing Marvin Frias on. And we know Marvin could be running.
First baseman number 18, Cooper Burr.
So Marvin Frias, the leadoff base runner. It'll bring up the first baseman Cooper Burr. Got on base by a fielder's choice, came around to third on a wild throw to first and scored on Gavin Moody's single to center. Here's the pitch. This one outside, it's ball one. Burr steps in. Garcia will glance at Frias at one. Here's the pitch. This is going to be a shot through the left side. It'll be a single. Frias on his horse. He's going to look for third, and he's in there. It's going to get by the third baseman, but Garcia backs it up. So give Cooper Burr a single. He takes second on the throw, and Marvin Frias, with aggressive base running, heads over to third.
Center fielder number 2, Gavin Moody.
So Gavin Moody will step in. As I mentioned, a single to center, a stolen base, and an RBI. And he would come around to score. Here's Garcia's offering. Grounder, it's going to be over the third baseman's head and through the infield. One run is in. Here comes Cooper Burr. He scores. Heading into second with a double is Gavin Moody with his second and third RBI of the game. So give him the double. Good hustle there. Frias and Burr score, and it's 4-1 Muhls. That'll bring up the pitcher, Cole Moody. He walked his first time up. Mikey Miller was a courtesy runner who got thrown out at home in the first. So Cole will step in. Here's the pitch. This one will get by. And it will allow Gavin Moody to take third. So the pass ball. And Gavin Moody is 90 feet away from the 5th Mule run. 1-0 the count to Cole Moody. So timely hitting tonight, aggressive base running has attributed to the 4-1 lead. Here's the pitch. Well outside, 2-0 the count. Garcia looks in to Gonzalez. He's got the sign and the pitch. Swing and a miss. This one's going to get by Gonzalez, and coming home, beating the throw, is Gavin Moody. So the pass ball allowing Moody to score with the 3rd Mule run, and it's 5-1. 2-1 the count. It was a swing, but he didn't make any contact, and the ball got by Gonzalez. This pitch in there for a strike. It'll even the count at 2. Still none out in the inning. Here's a grounder to the right side, scooped up by Joshua Camilo Paulino. He'll get it over to first for the out. 4-3 on the put out. And it's the first out for Muhlenberg here in the bottom of the 3rd. It'll bring up the shortstop, Liam Vargas.
Shortstop number 20, Liam Vargas.
Got on base by an error his first time up. So he'll call time. He tires of waiting. Something I found out earlier in looking up batting average information. At-bats that ultimately become errors or fielders' choices are considering part of the batting average. Here's a short chopper. The 3rd baseman, Jory Vargas. I'm looking to see what the call was. It was out. Nice play by Vargas on that one. So 5-3 on the put out. It's the 2nd out of the inning. It'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Mike Canfield. Grounded out to 3rd his first time up. So that's what I was saying. A fielder's choice and an error are considered part of an at-bat, or a batting average, I should say. This one will bounce up there, 1-0. The Mules have 3 across in the inning, and they lead 5-1. Here's Garcia's pitch. Outside. 2-0 your count. Here's Garcia's pitch. Well outside, 3-0. So Marvin Frias started the inning. He got on by an error by the shortstop. Takes 3rd on a single by Cooper Burr, who takes 2 on the throw. They come in on a double by Gavin Moody. Here's a strike. And then Gavin Moody scores on a pass ball. So 3 in on the pitch. This one popped up to short center. Going back is Paredes. Coming in on it, Samir Diaz-Batista, and he'll make the play. So the inning is over, but the Mules played 3. They leave 5-1 after 3 full. We'll be right back. It's the Mules Sports Network.
Craving something seriously good? At Spenny's Steaks and Shakes, every bite is made with love. Start with pizza, sauce on top, cheese on bottom, baked to golden perfection. It's a whole Philly experience in every slice. If pizza's not your thing, there's cheesesteaks, hoagies, and Hershey's ice cream to top it all off. Family owned, Philadelphia proud. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Order online at SpennySteaks.com or call 484-277-2933. Mention this ad and get a free fountain soda.
We are back at Laureldale. Cole Moody finishing up his warm-up pitches. Other games on the docket today in Berks. Kutztown travels to Brandywine. Daniel Boone and Fleetwood battle. Governor Mifflin Exeter played earlier today. I understand Exeter had a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th to win that one. Schuylkill Valley, Ole Valley, Tulpehock and Wyomissing, Antietam at Executive Education, and Wilson traveling to Twin Valley. So Cole Moody has finished his warm-ups. For Reading, it's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Oh, wait a minute. It would help if I turned it around, but it is going to be 7, 8, 9. It's going to be the catcher, Adrian Gonzalez. He struck out his first time up. This one high and tight. It actually hits him, and he'll take first base. So Gonzalez hit by a pitch on the first offering by Moody. It'll bring up the right fielder, Gibson Rodriguez. Bringing in a courtesy runner. It's going to be number 44. Kendry Sabalos. All right, so he's the courtesy runner. So Rodriguez will step in. He singled to left his first time up. And they'll check Sabalos over at 1. Here's the pitch. This is low, ball 1. 5-1 your score. We're in the top of the 4th. The Mules ahead. Moody's offering. It's in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Over the next 3 days, not a whole lot of league play going on. Moody toes the rubber. He's at the belt. And here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. 1-2 the count. He'll glance over at Sabalos at 1. Here's the pitch. This is going to be an offering. They're going to check. And he's going to say he went around. So that's a strikeout. Number 7 on the night for Cole. The first out in the Red Knight 4th. It'll bring up the 9 hitter, the designated hitter, Christopher Disla.
Now batting the designated hitter number 3, Christopher Disla.
As I'm looking down, they tried to pick off at 1, but he's back. Here's the pitch. Turns to bunt, but it's maybe foul down the left field line.
I think I missed 2 batters. What is this one on, one out? Yeah.
So nothing at 1 your count.
I got the first batter.
Dislis struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the left side. Moody quickly ahead, 0-2. Here's Cole Moody's pitch. But before that, he'll check Sabalos at 1. He's back. 0-2 your count. The pitch. Up high, 1-2. We've been fortunate to see a number of exceptional athletes with Muhlenberg baseball. Cole Moody, Gavin Moody, Cooper Burr, and a lot of young talent to boot. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's number 8. 2 outs in the inning. We'll go back to the leadoff batter, Joshua Camilo Paulino. 0 for 2. He struck out his last time out. Popped out to short his first. So after the leadoff batter being hit by a pitch, Cole Moody comes back to strike out the next 2 batters. This offering outside, 1-0. He'll glance over at 1. Here's the pitch. There goes Sabalos. He'll get in there under the throw. Give him the stolen base. And the pitch a ball, so 2-0 your count. A little maintenance out there at second. Umpire gets in place. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Here's his pitch. Another swing and a miss at a fastball. He tipped it. Castillo held on, 2-2. And his pitch. Swing and a miss. He'll strike out the side for strikeout number 9. So Cole Moody takes care of the Red Knights here in the top of the 4th. And guess what it's time for? I'll give you one guess. If I delay a little bit, that's giving you the opportunity to think about what the read could be. Just letting you think about it, because those hunger pangs are in there. And I know once I start this, you're going to be helpless other than to go to birdies. That's right. For over 180 years, Birdie's Inn has been quenching the thirst and filling the bellies, your bellies, and of Berks County. Named Best Bar Food in Berks by Berks County Living Magazine. Come taste the best burgers in Berks, house-smoked kielbasa, and wings every single night. Plus, entertainment. Don't forget the entertainment. Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. break for Turtles. Saturday, 7 to 10 p.m. Shea Quinn from the Sharks and Steve Swisher. Sunday, 5 to 8, Mr. Modi on the deck. Don't forget that late night menu. Wings. Always something good to have late at night. Fills again those hunger pangs. Friday, Saturday nights, 9 to 11 p.m. Birdie's Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter Township. Have fun. Be kind.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th.
All right. So 3.5 in the books. The Mules up 5-1. They come to bat in the bottom of the fourth. And it's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, starting with the designated hitter, John Martin. He struck out looking his first time up. David Garcia back on the mound for his fourth inning of work. And here's the pitch. This one off speed up high. Almost as if he lost the ball there. 1-0. Looks like the clouds are rolling in a bit here in Laureldale. Slight wind right to left, looking out to right center field, excuse me.
I asked Coach Petke, I said, you guys going to play? He said, at the field, he said, unless it's raining the whole time, we're going to play down on the AstroTurf.
I feel that's going to be worse.
He said, that's what he said.
There's a strike.
But you know what?
I forgot I had
He thinks it's not going to rain at night. But on Saturday,
2-1 your count.
it's saying that it's supposed to rain all day and the night. So if they do it, they'll probably
Here's Garcia's pitch.
It's not a league game.
This one off the fist. He'll pop it up into short left. Paredes goes back on it, makes the play.
Make districts.
So that's the first out in the Mule fourth. It'll bring up the second baseman, Aiden Bonte. He's singled to left
Bonte.
his first time up. Mules look to get back on the winning track after the 9-4 loss to Governor Mifflin.
It's just about one of the concessions.
This one popped straight up behind us. Landing on the ceiling or the roof, nothing in one. One thing that hurt the Mules on Monday, 3 costly errors. That one in there for a called strike. Nothing in 2 your count. And the pitch. Soft pop-up. Nice play by the third baseman, Jory Vargas. Basically, even with the pitcher, he's able to come in and make the diving grab on that soft humpback liner, if you will. So that's the second out for the Mules here in the fourth. It'll bring up the 9-hitter, the right fielder, Carter Burr. Grounded out to short. Third his first time up. And Garcia will step off the mound. The pitch. Curveball in there for a strike, nothing in one. Garcia's pitch. Inside, evens the count at 1.
I might have said this to you before, John. You know what's a cool town?
Here's Garcia's pitch. Well outside. 2-1 your count.
Some nice shops there. There's a great Italian restaurant. It's one of the best I've ever been at. It's really good. You know, it's the Maggios or something like that. I'm not sure that's correct. But it's an interesting school district.
Carter Burr calls time and steps out. Tires of waiting. Top of the second in Chicago. The Phillies and the Cubbies tied at 1. The Cubbies. You never heard them called the Cubbies? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Don't let a Cubs fan hear that. They've been the Cubbies forever. 3-1 your count. Producer Chris looks at me, apparently has never heard that reference before. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off to the right side, out of play. It'll go full. Games currently going on in the major leagues. In Detroit, the Tigers up on the Brewers 4-1. That's in the 6th. The Yankees over the Red Sox 4-0. They're in the 6th. Here's Garcia's pitch. In there for a called third strike. So Cooper Burr, the third out. The Mules are done here in the 4th. And it's 5-1 Mules. We played 4 full. We'll be right back. It's the Mules Sports Network. We're back at Muhlenberg. 5-1 your score. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Cole Moody returns to the mound. He will face the 2-3-4 batters for Reading. So Janser Paredes, the shortstop, will step in. He's 1 for 2. He singled his first time up, flew out to left his second. He'll step in. Cole Moody will take a look at Castillo, get the sign, and he'll quickly work. Outside, ball 1. Moody a long stare. The inside corner, strike 1. Good fastball there. Moody working quickly. Off speed, swing and a miss. 1-2 your count. He's got the sign. Here we go. There's no bounce this one up there. It's evening the count at 2. The Penguins still up 1-0. They're in the 2nd. Here's Moody's pitch. It's a fastball, fouled off to the right side. Keep the count at 2. Moody getting the sign from Castillo, and here's the pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. Still 2-2. Paredes doing a nice job staying alive. We'll see if he can make something happen with it. Here's Moody's pitch. This'll hit him. So for the 2nd straight inning, Moody hits the leadoff batter, putting him on base. It'll bring up the 3-hitter, the left fielder, Frandy Ruiz. He's 1 for 2, struck out in the 1st, singled, stole a base, and scored in the 3rd. So Ruiz will step in. Cole Moody will toe the rubber. Check Paredes over at 1. He's back. Here's Moody's pitch, but he'll check Paredes first, and he's back. Castillo gets him the sign, and just as he's ready to pitch, Ruiz steps out. So Paredes will have to go back to 1. Still looking for the first pitch of this at-bat. Moody's pitch. Turning to bunt, but Paredes will beat a good throw from Castillo. He'll get the stolen base. Pitch to Ruiz, a ball. For Paredes, his 8th stolen base on the year. Moody's pitch. Ruiz will put a bunt down, and he'll get it to first base. Nice play by Bonte to hold on to it. So 1-4 on the putout. It'll move Paredes to third for the first out. The first baseman, Josette Pagan, will step in. He's 1 for 2. He's singled in the first. Here's the pitch. He'll check it. No, they're going to call it a strike. So even the ball bouncing away from Castillo, not far enough for Paredes to do anything at third. Pagan back in the box. Cole Moody will glance over at 3. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2. Painting that outside corner is Cole Moody's specialty. He's got the sign, toeing the rubber, and he'll decide to go over to 3 and check Paredes. He's back. Here's Moody's pitch. Off speed, it's a soft pop-up to center, but Gavin Moody will come in and make the play, holding Paredes at third. So a pop-out to center field for the second out. It looked like that could be trouble. It was a soft pop, but Gavin Moody, closing quickly, makes the catch. And that brings up the third baseman, Jory Vargas. He's 1 for 2. Singled is to right his last time up. Here's Moody's pitch. Outside, ball 1. (5-1) Muhls. We're in the top of the 5th.
Are we winning softball?
Here's the pitch. This one down low. It's going to get by Castillo, but not far enough for Paredes to do anything. 2-0 your count. Senior night for the softball team here on the campus of Muhlenberg this evening. I believe they're going against Reading as well.
11-0.
Here's the pitch.
Their team sucks. Reading team sucks. They always suck.
Vargas lays off of it, and it's 3-0.
Right now,
Cole Moody will step off the mound and collect himself.
I feel they have to go 15
Here's Cole Moody's pitch. This is down low. It's ball 4. So Reading has runners on first and third with 2 out. Up will step the 6-hitter, Samir Diaz-Batista, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. So Castillo reinforces the signs with the infield.
No, everyone has it. You can get on your phone. You just follow the team.
Taking a look, that was Cole Moody's first walk of the game. So first pitch into Batista is a strike.
Like if you want to know the stats and more. I know a little stuff about you. Forgot.
Diaz Batista tires and steps out.
Of course you will. I'm done watching because I hate watching softball.
Softball's fun.
Cole Moody toes the rubber, and he'll check one.
But I played in the cold though, so like that sucked.
Vargas is back.
And my coach said, I don't know how you can't hit. You're really good at hitting. My fingers are numb.
Oh, look at hand warmers.
No, it's like my fingertips. And it's
Nothing in 1 the count. Here's the pitch. In there, the fastball for a called strike.
Risers.
Diaz Batista in the hole at 0-2. This one outside. 1-2 your count. Moody at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him. Strikeout number 10 on the night for Cole Moody. And that'll take care of the Red Knights here in the top of the 5th. We've played 4.5. It's 5-1 Mules. It's the Mules Sports Network.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
David Garcia back on the mound for his 5th inning of work. For the Mules, it'll be the top of the lineup. Marvin Frias, Cooper Burr, Gavin Moody. For Frias, 0 for 2, reached on an error. He would come around to score in the 3rd. As once he was on base, Cooper Burr's single to left. Frias able to get all the way over to 3rd. And then he and Cooper Burr score on Gavin Moody's single, or double. He stretched it into the double.
This should be Marvin.
So Marvin Frias will step in.
Left fielder number 6, Marvin Frias.
So Garcia will do some maintenance on the mound, toe the rubber, has the sign, and here's the pitch. Off speed, a swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Dan Brady?
Yeah, that is Dan Brady.
Okay.
Dan Joseph Brady.
That's Tom Brady's cousin.
Garcia has the sign from Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. It's a grounder to the right side. Garcia able to run it down. Gets it over to first. 1-3 on the put out.
Number 18, Cooper
It'll bring up the first baseman, Cooper Burr. Cooper 1 for 2 on the night, singled his last time up. Came around to score on the Moody double. He'll step in with 1 out in the Mule 5th. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. This one up high, 2-0. This one will bounce up there. Ball 3.
We've got 13 runs now. And it's
Upcoming games for Reading.
softball, 13 runs, 4th inning, I think. So they'll probably be done.
They'll play J.P. McCaskey on Friday, turn around and play Berks Catholic on Saturday. This is outside, it's ball 4. So Cooper Burr draws the 1-out walk.
Center fielder
It's
number
the
2,
3rd
Gavin
walk
Moody.
issued by Garcia. Gavin Moody will step in, the center fielder, 2 for 2. 3 RBI and 2 runs scored. Here's the pitch. After his double, he would actually come around to score on a pass ball. Garcia wants to talk to Gonzalez.
That's like the highest score I ever see the softball have. But we have good pitchers.
As far as Reading, then they follow up Monday with Exeter.
We have a good freshman.
Tuesday, Garden Spot. Wednesday, Wilson. Next Friday, Governor Mifflin.
Sometimes she has off days. I'm like, okay.
And they finish up against Wyomissing.
We have Maddie Hunt, who's a good pitcher. We have Ella.
Garcia will glance over at 1. And here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. It'll even the count at 1.
Oh yeah, she's not. I think she stopped after. Wait, what was she?
Garcia will take a look over at Burr at 1. There he goes. The pitch is high. The throw is good. And if the tag is there, they got him. A great throw by Adrian Gonzalez. And they nail Cooper Burr at second.
That's 3 runners thrown out today. 2 stealing and 1 at home.
So 2 outs now in the Mule 5th. 2-1 your count. Again, Gonzalez had a good pitch to handle. It was a fastball a little high, but he positioned himself nicely with a strong throw, and it got ahead of Cooper Burr. Garcia will step off the mound.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. This is a grounder to third. Third baseman didn't come up with it at first, Jory Vargas, but it's close enough to recover. Throw over to first for the out. 5-3 on the putout. That'll take care of the Mules here in the 5th. We've played 5 full. It's 5-1 Mules. It's the Mule Sports Network. We're back at Laureldale. Cole Moody back on the mound for his 6th inning of work through 5. He's scattered 4 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. So he's reached double digits in his last 2 starts as far as strikeouts are concerned. We take a look at Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and the Flyers have tied it up. 12:37 to go in the second. The Penguins currently on the power play.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Red Knights, the catcher number 20, Adrian Gonzalez.
Of course, the Flyers with the 2-0 lead, they go to 3-0. Look out. So for Reading, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. The catcher, Adrian Gonzalez, struck out in the second, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. And the first pitch, a strike. This one up high, evens the count at 1. Cole has the sign. Here it comes. Outside. 2-1 your count. Again, the Mules looking to avenge the 7-4 loss to Reading earlier in the season. This one fouled off at the plate. It's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Number 11 for Cole Moody. That's 1 out in the Red Knights' 6th. And it'll bring up the 8 hitter, the right fielder Gibson Rodriguez. Yep, and as the PA gentleman just mentioned, Frank Adams. He is going to be the pinch hitter for Rodriguez.
Now hitting for the Red Knights, number 1, Frank Adams.
So Frank Adams will step in with 1 out. Here's the pitch. This is in there for a called strike. And the Flyers go up 2-1 on the Penguins in the second. Here's the pitch. This one a soft grounder to the right side. Cooper Burr will pick it up, beat Adams to the bag. So 3 unassisted on that one for the second out of the inning. And we'll see if, all right, it is going to be the designated hitter, Christopher Disla. He struck out twice tonight. Moody's offering. Burr just made the play at 1, and it's strike 1. Cole Moody, as we mentioned, just gets stronger as the game goes along. This one inside, ball 1. One and 2. Cole Moody tonight, 2 strikeouts in each of the first 5 innings. 4 innings. No, I will say, let's see. Oh, he struck out 3 in the 4th. That'll do it. So 2-2 your count. And this is a shot to the right, but Cooper Burr able to move to his right and snag the liner. So that'll take care of the Red Knights here in the top of the 6th. The Muhls coming up. It's the Muhls Sports Network.
You're watching the Muhls Sports Network on Jerry Gallup Media.
We are back. David Garcia back on the mound for his 6th inning of work. It's going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Muhlenberg. It'll bring up the pitcher, Cole Moody. Cole 0 for 1, walked and grounded out to second his last time up. "5-1 Muhls. We're in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, a shot to center field, circling under it, Samir Diaz-Batista. He'll make the play. And that's 1 out.
Liam Vargas.
So we'll move to the 5 hitter. The shortstop, Liam Vargas, was on an error in the first, grounded out to third his last time up. Garcia's pitch. Down low, it's ball 1. Notice we're talking Flyers tonight instead of Phillies. Go figure. Take a look. What's going on with the Phils? Oh, they're down 4-2. Here's a grounder to short. Paredes has it. He'll fire over to 1. 6-3 for the second out of the inning. It'll bring up the third baseman, Mike Canfield. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to center his last time up.
Third baseman number 10, Mike Canfield.
As I see this in the Phils game, 3 full in the books, and it's the Cubs 4, the Phillies 2. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. The next time the Muhls Sports Network will be on the air, as far as what is scheduled, it's going to be Friday, May 1st at Owls Field. We'll see if we don't put a game or 2 potentially in there, but a couple softball games coming up as well. Here's a pop-up. Paredes, the shortstop, goes out, I should say. The center fielder came in, and Paredes takes care of it. So that'll take care of the Muhls 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back. It's the Muhls Sports Network. We are back. And of course, talking baseball and Flyers. Nick Seeler with the third Flyers goal. It's 3-1 over Pittsburgh. Cole Moody will take the mound here for the Red Knight 7th, looking to close the door. The Mules currently up 5-1.
Leading off the top
For the Red Knights,
second baseman number 39, Joshua Camilo.
it's going to be the top of the order, 1, 2, 3. The second baseman, Joshua Camilo Paulino, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He'll try to bunt his way on, but it'll go foul, 0-1. Cole Moody, as mentioned, picking up his 11th strikeout in the 6th inning. Working quickly. Turning to bunt, but Canfield's there. He's gonna fire it over to 1, and he'll get him. The speedy Camilo Paulino can't beat out the throw.
Shortstop number 13.
And it's 5-3 on the bunt attempt. It'll bring up the shortstop, Janser Paredes. He's singled in the first, flew out to left in the third, was hit by a pitch in the 5th.
That's definitely not correct.
That's what I got told.
Here's the pitch. It's popped up to left field. Going back on it is Marvin Frias. He's under it. He'll make the grab. Paredes gave it a ride, but Frias was there. And it's the second out in the Red Knight 7th, so 1 out away for Cole Moody. Frandy Ruiz, the left fielder, will step in. He's 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Here's Moody's pitch. This one goes right back to him. He knocks it down with his hand. He'll get it, fire it over to 1 in time for the out. And that'll take care of the Red Knights, and the Mules come away with the 5-1 victory. We will be back with post-game comments after this brief message. You're watching not only tonight, but all season long, the Muhls Sports Network, brought to you by Jerry Gelliff Media.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
We are back in Laureldale. The Mules take a 5-1 victory this evening over the Reading Red Knights. Let's tell you how it happened. For the Mules, they would get started early, plating 2 in the first. Marvin Frias. Let me step back here a second. It was actually Cooper Burr. He would get on base by a fielder's choice. Marvin Frias was forced at second. So Cooper Burr on first, Gavin Moody with a single. Cooper Burr able to get all the way over to third on a wild throw. Gavin Moody gets on base. And ultimately, he gets the RBI, bringing in Cooper Burr. And then Gavin Moody would score himself on a pass ball. So at that point, 2-0 for the Mules after 1. Would add their only run in the third inning. It would come with 2 outs. Frandy Ruiz would hit a single to left. He would steal a base. Aided by an error, Jory Vargas would hit a single to right, bringing in Ruiz for the Red Knight run. Muhlenberg would cap it off with 3 in their half of the third, highlighted by Gavin Moody's 2 RBI double. And that would be all that was needed. 5-1, Cole Moody, your winner tonight. Over 7 innings, he scatters 4 hits, 1 walk with 11 strikeouts. David Garcia will take the loss. He scattered 4 hits, over 6, 1 error. And of course, as I mentioned, the Mules score 5 for the 5-1 victory. So we take a look at upcoming games, as I mentioned, on the Mules Sports Network. The next actually on the schedule, Friday, May the 1st, we are in West Lawn. We're on the road. Owls Field in West Lawn as your Mules look to even the score against the Wilson Bulldogs, taking a loss to them earlier in the season. It's scheduled as of right now for a 6:30 game time. Stay tuned, focused on social media in case that changes. But in case that does hold true, we'll be on the air somewhere around 6:20 for the pregame show. And of course, while I say that, keep in tune to social media. We may add a game or two. We also have softball, the girls' varsity team in action. Those games will be coming up. So, again, keep an eye on social media. JG Media on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe, like it, so that you'll have a reminder of all the content that comes your way from the JG Media stable of networks. Just letting you know, upcoming games for Muhlenberg. On Friday, they visit Penn Manor. Then Saturday, they are here in Laureldale against Emmaus. Monday, they're at Conrad Weiser. Wednesday, at Exeter. And then we mentioned Friday, at Wilson. Their final game is senior night on the 5th, right here in Laureldale against Warwick. So there's your final games of the season. One of those you start the season, it's going to be 2 months, and we are winding down to that already. So having said that, having told you about what's coming up on the Muhls Sports Network, that's a wrap from Laureldale. Today's final, Muhlenberg 5, Reading 1. Muhlenberg improves to 6-3 in Berks 1, while Reading falls to 3-6. For producer Chris Zeiner, always a great job, pal. I'm Darren Ziner. Thank you for joining us on the Muhls Sports Network. We will see you Friday, May 1st, as the Muhls take on Wilson. And again, keep an eye on social media for anything that gets added. Thanks for joining us this evening. Have a great evening. God bless.
Thank you for joining us for Muhlenberg Varsity Baseball and Softball on the Muhls Sports Network. Brought to you by Birdie's Inn at 5 Points in Exeter, Scott's Car Wash at 5700 Perkiomen Ave in Exeter, and Spenny's Steaks and Shakes on Route 61 in Muhlenberg. Join us all season long for Muhlenberg action on the Muhls Sports Network. This has been a presentation of Jerry Gelliff Media. Good night.